Jake, how's spring ball been so far? I mean, getting back to a regular spring, how's it been for you?
Spring's been awesome. It's been very competitive. We have a lot of guys that have a lot of experience and a lot of young guys that are really competing to, try to get a spot. So it's been awesome. Just love being back and playing football.
Obviously, with Jimmy gone, you guys need a new center. I know that they've said that Owen's working there a lot. You've played center in the past, practiced center in the past here. Are you getting any work there this spring?
Not really. I'm just snapping the ball, doing some quarterback center exchange. But Owen's been doing wonderful. He's a heck of a center. He's probably one of the best ACC centers, I think. He's holding it down, and he's really helped replace Jimmy. Jimmy's a big absence, but Owen's filling his shoes really well.
Jake, what's hitting been like for you guys getting back in the swing of things during spring ball and practice? Because last year you guys had to do a lot more talking via Zoom during this time. So now you guys are getting at it.
Oh, it's been awesome. When you can put on the pads and go against the defense that we have, it's a blessing. It's really get out there and get better, get 3% better has been our motto this spring. So it's been quite a fun spring going against that defense.
Jake, I know kind of how the starting offensive line ends up coming together is out of your hands, right? It's Coach Borbley that handles that. But I mean, do you think that this is something that's going to take until like fall camp, just judging by how many guys you have in there and the competition that's been going on?
Definitely. I mean, I think we have 10 guys that can really play, you know what I mean? At least from my eye. But I mean, it's really competitive. Everyone just has to be consistent. That's what Coach Borbs, preached today was just consistency. He wants to see us put drives together, play as a unit and be really work in unison. So it's gonna be very competitive the rest of spring and then fall camp.
What have you seen from Marcus Minor and kind of how he's been able to come in and make an impact at guard?
Yeah, Marcus is a great addition. He, plays really well, great run blocker, really good in the pass game. And he's going to be a big addition for us this year, I think. He's going to help us tremendously.
Does he remind you of any kind of guy you've worked with before on the offensive line here?
He's sort of like Bryce, I mean, Bryce is just tough nose and gritty, and Marcus is the same way. It's just like, you got Bryce and we're kind of just replacing him with Marcus. So it's great to have him as a great addition to the O-line.
Pat was telling us there's an interesting battle going on offensive tackle. What's it like, seeing those guys rotate, and seeing how they're kind of going at each other and pushing each other?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, you got Carter, Gabe, Matt. I mean, those three guys are just battling every day, and each of them are getting better each and every day. So it's been great to watch. It's making us better because tackle is a really hard position that we need to keep Kenny's blind side and everything like that. So those guys are just getting better each and every day. So it's been fun to watch them really get after it this spring.
A lot of people were really, surprised and excited when Kenny announced he was coming back. But what did you guys in the offensive line, when you guys found that out, what was that reaction like for you guys, knowing the guy that, that you guys protect is going to play with you for another year?
Oh, we were excited. I mean, having KP back it's a blessing. He's a different animal. I mean, he could have went and probably got drafted really high this year, but him deciding to come back and play with us again is just makes us want to work even harder, protect him and let him have a great season and get drafted even higher, next season. But I mean, it's been working with him. His leadership is just off the charts. He's commands the huddle. He makes us a really good offense, I think, or going to be a good offense this season.
Is there a feeling in the O-line room that, obviously everybody has to do their job. You have 11 guys on offense and all that stuff. But I mean, like you just said, protecting Kenny and establishing the run game. I mean, a lot of that comes from you guys. Do you have a feeling like if this season is going to be successful, the offense is going to have to score a lot of points? And if the offense is going to score a lot of points, you guys got to kind of hold it down up front?
100%. And that's one thing that, that we talked about in the offseason. We weren't that good in the run game this past year. So that's an emphasis in the offseason we've been working on, just, finding better schemes and just how to, block it better and stuff like that. And it's really awesome to see and, get together and try to make this run game go to give Kenny even more time in the pass protection, because I feel like last year they were just keen on us passing the whole time. They didn't really respect our run. So this year it's kind of been this spring, we're just trying to run the ball and, pass it as well.
You guys last year, you picked it up, at the last game, you exploded against Georgia Tech. And, I guess that had to be a confidence booster. But what things have you guys kind of as a group looked at and say, okay, we did these things wrong and we did these things right. This, like, you know, what concrete things have you said, this is the thing that we got to do a lot better to run the ball?
100%. So probably just like our footwork and us being, you know, a nasty unit. I feel like we were aggressive, but we can bring it a little more, you know, we can really bring that extra step and, you know, just kind of working all as one, you know, like not having four guys doing the right thing and then one guy maybe messing up an assignment and stuff like that. So it's just being on the same page and working as a group and, you know, just a great unit. So.
Anything else for Jake? Go ahead, John.
Jake, when Macinsalve stepped in, and I mean a lot of guys stepped in when you and Carter and Gabe, when the whole COVID protocols last year, missed a few games and all that. But what did you see out of Matt in those final 3 games that he started?
I mean, we saw really good flashes of, you know, a kid that can be a really good left tackle, you know, in the future. And he's took that in stride. He's really this offseason really, you know, got in the weight room and got a lot stronger. And I feel like he's more confident now that he got that playing time as a redshirt freshman, and he's really took it, and you know he's done really well. And this spring he's playing really well. So I mean it's awesome to see a young guy like that really step up and help us as a unit, because you know having depth is huge. So in case someone goes down.